Hello, this is the Silver Watchman, and welcome back to Thumper. Now, this is episode number 9, and the next episode shall be the finale of Thumper. When that will get done, I honestly have no idea. But to be honest, a lot has happened between that episode, the previous episode of Thumper, and this one. Quite a lot. But I guess this is a better video than any to do this. Welcome to the channel. Now, I've never really done a video that kind of just welcomes anybody to the channel. No, it's always been information this, information that, and God. But nothing truly explaining what this channel is about and what it stands for. Let's put it simply. This channel stands for God and everything in relation to God. To inform you and to teach you what it means to be a man or a woman of God. To defy all, if not the grand majority of what is considered to be normal, even for a channel, even for a man of God. I am the Silver Watchman, a man who has dedicated his life to God, and who just so happens to really enjoy playing games. Like, this one that's incredibly fast. Now, if anybody wants to say it, you can. But I'm a bit different from the other Bible thumpers. I care. And, I'm not ashamed to say I am probably the most imperfect human being you're ever going to meet. I don't strive to be a hero. I don't strive even really to be all that kind. But what I do strive for is to get closer to God. And to make sure that other people around me are also getting closer to God. I enjoy what I do. Because God's called me to do it. Now, will God correct me from time to time? Yes. Will He correct you from time to time? Well, if you're one of His adopted children, yes. What is this channel about? This channel is to teach those who could not learn otherwise. Those who believe religion is wrong. Those who are alone. Those who aren't alone. Those who are hated those who are loved, to those that are broken and those on the verge of that, to the wise man and to the fool. And also, if you're a fool, hello, don't worry, I'm one too. So sometimes my pride will, in pride I'll probably tell you otherwise, in which God will pretty quickly correct me on that. But if I'm going to be a fool, I'd rather be a fool for God than a wise man for the world. This channel is for the weak, the strong, the smart, the stupid, the black, the white, the Chinese, the Korean, the Vietnamese, the Russian, the Jew, the Samaritan, the Afghani, and the Saudi, the Indian, and the American, the Japanese, or the Canadian, the British, or the Scot. This list is getting long. Keep in mind, this is for all people. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what you believe. You can come here and you can learn something. For instance, you could learn that I am an absolute idiot, but I'm an idiot with knowledge that God has given me. I'm somebody that cares enough to pour my free time into this. Cares enough to stand up and say, religion is wrong. And you can ask all of the questions. I won't have all the answers, but that doesn't mean you can't ask. Because God basically tells you, ask and it shall be given. Seek and you will find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. I'm not a perfect man. I'm a bit ashamed to say there are times where I try to be. The point of the matter is, I'm temperamental. And sometimes oddly sassy. And sarcastic. But you can come here and you can learn. You can learn about all the things that your pastor is afraid to tell you. You can learn all the things that science cannot tell you. For the rogue and for the person that isn't a rogue. I don't know what that word is. I kind of forgot it. And it doesn't matter what your background is. Because God knows your heart. And he will subsequently tell me the contents of your heart from time to time if we encounter. Which, honestly, on more than one occasion may have freaked out a grand multitude of people. Yeah, it'll happen. On this channel, you're gonna hear things that will honestly make you afraid. And there's gonna be horror games on this channel. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. There's gonna be games that are violent, games that are scary, games that are goofy, games that are like this. It's reflex based. It's been quite a while since we did a Thumper video though. I'm gonna miss this series when it's done. There's a lot to learn. And if you think this channel is gonna help you conform to some kind of religion, then you are sorely mistaken. This is not about religion. This is not about finding happiness. No. This is about making sure that you don't die a senseless death. Because the only time I say there's a waste of a human life is when they leave this world and they don't know God. Because there's only one place for those people to go. And that's hell. Most modern teachers for God, they don't want to talk about hell. They just want to talk about heaven and how everything is nice. And how if you're kind and sweet to everything, you can get into heaven. They only say that God loves you. Basic cookie cutter stuff. I say similar things. God does love you. He loves you enough that he was basically willing to be flogged to death, and then subsequently kind of made death void by giving us a means to live forever. But that doesn't mean we'll get to live forever in this body, in our human, normal, everyday bodies, in a body that gets sick, in a body that ages. No. We'll get to live forever in a body that is absolutely perfect. There is no need to be hungry. There is no sorrow. There's no... To be honest, there's no need to poop. Which, in my personal opinion, as somebody that does deal with pooping, it kind of sucks, because you could be incredibly busy and then your body's just like, well, we gotta poop, but we have to get this done. Nope, it's time to poop. All right. So I'm not going to lie to you and say that you're never going to be angry at me. That I'm always going to say something and you're always going to agree with it. That's what a lot of pastors would tell you. And religious leaders would tell you. Just so you could show up. No. I refuse to do that to you. That is cowardly. From time to time, you're going to get angry at me. I'm going to say something and it's going to offend you deeply. It's going to strike at your very soul. Some people may even hate me. Subscribing just to put on the hate. God's prepared me for that. God's prepared me with this 30-year journey. Yep, we're going to be doing this for at least 30 years. After that, then God's putting it into my hands. And I'm not going to reveal my plans until that point. Because the enemy only knows what they have. They just have their information network, yeah, maybe vast, but they've got nothing on God. You come to serve God, and I mean truly serve God, they'll try to kill you. They'll do everything in their power to make you miserable and to kill you. Striking you so you could be broke, striking you so you could be injured, striking you so you could be sick, or saddened or depressed. I've been there. Still kind of there. But the comforting thing is, when you're with God, doesn't matter what they do. Because at the end of the day, God still won. He had saved your soul. And you, the individual, are a valuable human being. Don't let anybody else tell you different. Not even yourself. This channel is for the criminals, but also for the law holders. Oh, right. I mean law enforcement personnel. You all can come here, and you all can learn. You can learn about the God that I serve, the real God. Not this cookie cutter, precious moments like, oh, everything's gonna be okay, I'll always be happy. No, God gets angry. I mean, he can get angry, and my gosh, is that the most terrifying thing. Oh my gosh, it's just terrifying. It's just... I digress. Gosh. But... God still cares. In fact, He loves you enough to get angry. Because you don't really get angry at things you don't care about. If something is able to make you upset, that means you care enough to be upset. So when God gets angry, funny thing is, even when God gets angry, he still holds his punches. But yeah, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Silver Watchman channel. Now I'm gonna try to make a video, at least one video a week. If I have the time, I'll make more. If I don't, you're just getting the one. And look. We all get upset. Even I get upset. In fact, I get upset to the point where God literally has to be like, yo, you need to chill out. On this channel, you're going to learn how to pray. On this channel, you're going to learn what fasting is. You're actually going to also learn a lot of medical stuff too. And there's not going to be any cursing on this channel. In fact, the closest that you'll ever see to cursing on this channel, you could probably see in the finale of Infinity Blade. That is the closest you'll ever see me to cursing on this channel. Because what I do here is precious. What I do for God is an honor. It is an honor to do this. To have you sit there and listen. Listen to somebody that for the most part, most people would just cast off as unremarkable. But that's just because you don't know the origin stories. It's okay to cry every now and then. To be afraid. To be angry. It means you're human. And if you don't, someday you will. Anybody can come to this channel. And by the grace of God, they will gain something. I'm not saying you're going to get riches. No, that's... Whoever told you that serving God will automatically make you get super rich? Where if you donate crazy amounts of money, that you suddenly become super rich and stuff like that. That's not how that works. No. God sees your heart when you give. And if you're giving out of a sense of greed, you might as well have not done anything at all. If you give with love and joy in your heart, that's the kind of thing that'll please God. You want to impress God. You got to have a lot of faith in Him and trust Him. with the impossible. Because you yeah, that's also gonna happen. The stutters, stammers, and lisps, and the mental blankouts, which is kind of what happens in a lot of videos. You just kind of see this like odd moment of quiet for periods of time, like minutes at a time. That's not me trying to get more minute views or whatever, however that works. No, that pretty much happens because I do have a tad bit of a tendency to space out. And I mean space out, just blank stare at a wall. And I don't even remember what my original objective was. Can't tell you how many times I've gone to the market and just kind of went, huh, I have no idea why I'm here. That was a 3-hour drive. I have no idea why I'm here. So that's gonna happen in the videos too. And sometimes the game audio is gonna cut out, and that's honestly, it's happened so many times on this channel that it's starting, and I don't like that it's starting, but it is. It's just starting to become like a staple to the channel. Audio that sometimes doesn't work, that spacing out, but it gives this channel its own special charm. It makes it feel like you're sitting in a room with somebody, like you're going on an adventure with that person. And that's, in a way, kind of what I'm aiming for personally. I don't want you to sit through a video and be like, oh, that was a good video. I want you to sit through a video and just feel like, whoa, I learned something. Or, whoa, this dude's God is pretty cool. And honestly, he is. It's just like, so many attempts that the enemy has made at my life. And the fact that I'm talking to you right now should tell you the result of said attempts. They don't like that I'm revealing to you information about their plans. In fact, they hate that. They absolutely hate that. They hate anybody who comes to God. They hate all humans. But if you want to fight back, I suggest start serving God. Because each and every single one of you has at least one special trait. One trait in which God has put into you. Whether it be you can heal people, whether it be you're really smart, or you're just a really good listener. Or, you know, you could see an eagle from like half a mile away and be able to tell what color its beak is. And yes, that is a thing. Trust me. It gets pretty weird when you start asking people around you, just like, hey, can you do this? And they're just kind of give you this blank stare like, should I call the psych ward or should you just go? Yeah, that's... yeah. Moving on from that slightly depressing note. Let's just light that note on fire. Okay, so even on this channel, there are going to be some jokes. You're not always going to get the jokes, and sometimes it may take up to 3 months to understand said jokes. It's not because it's complicated or, I'm insulting your intelligence. No, it's not any of that. It's because of the fact that I don't really have much of a sense of humor. So when I do throw in a joke, it's very dry and very, like, it's just kind of situational. And unless you're paying really close attention, the majority of the time you're not even going to notice they were there. It's just going to sound just like normal talking. What else? Yes. The more you learn, the more they're going to rank you as somebody dangerous. Especially if you're learning from me. And I'm not tooting my own horn. No, that's not the point of this video. No, if I wanted to toot my own horn, you would hear a kazoo. Or multiple kazoos. Because toot toot. So I get it if you don't want to, if you don't want to subscribe, you don't want to sit through the video. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But think of it like this. Why settle for being what you are now when you could be something that you were always meant to be? And yeah, it's not always going to be easy. To just, to just sit here and listen, because not everything I say or will say is gonna be something that you personally are gonna agree with. I've argued with people about God, I've argued with people about science, religion, you name it. I'm not asking you to agree with me or to disagree. I'm just asking, almost pleading, for you to join me on this quest. Because it's so much more than just so much more than me teaching you about God. Though yes, that is the main thing of this channel, and that is the main focus. But think of it like this. God is using me to teach you things that otherwise it would have been impossible for you to obtain that level of information. At least not in your lifetime. I mean, on this channel, there's going to be war tactics. There's going to be therapy tactics. How to save your marriage. How to protect somebody. And how to destroy somebody. How to laugh and how to cry. These aren't promises. But So long as God makes it that I am able, I will do my best. You're gonna see my best. And you're also gonna see my worst, because seriously, if I run this channel and I only put on footage that of just absolute wins, what I'm talking to you about is gonna feel unattainable. And it's reachable. It's simple. It's so reachable. You don't have to agree with me. In fact, I kind of enjoy it when people don't agree with me, just so I get the chance to break it down for them. Remix. But in the short time I've been doing YouTube, I've noticed this world getting more and more broken and decrepit. I mean, you got corrupt politicians, you have the thing that we've been kind of calling for years, the fact that, oh no, the Vatican has fallen and is full of corruption. Yeah, sorry to burst your bubble, people, but that's been happened since the bubonic plague. Yeah, no, that's been happening for a while. But you know what? That's all part of the plan. And so is this channel. We've first of all, thank you for sitting through the video like this long. To be honest, I didn't expect anybody to make it this far. I said all the things I had planned on saying. On a side note, you could honestly throw that boss into a fire and just put a bunch of like hot dogs and marshmallows at the end of those sticks and you'd probably have one heck of a barbecue. That's just my personal observation. Do with it what you want. But yeah, even on this channel we're going to talk about politics and different things. And you know, a lot of people are just going to be like, whoa, where do you get your information from? How do you know if that's right or not? I get my information from God. And God doesn't lie. Now, can I personally misinterpret said information? Yes. have I in the past? Yes. Will I in the future? Well, considering the fact that we've already went over the fact that I'm an idiot, that's also a yes. But I will give you information to the best of my knowledge. And with the help of God, we all are going to be walking this journey. Even if some of you are just tagging along just to be like that dude that just is what's the term? A bit of a bother sport. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I'm always gonna have energy, because there's gonna be times where I'll be on the air and I will be absolutely drained, just exhausted, and kind of loopy on top of that. There's gonna be times where I get upset. And you know what? We've all been there. This channel's primary goal is to bring people to God. And if you want to get in the way of that, feel free to. Because the most you're going to do is slow us down. Because God specializes in the impossible, the improbable, and the undeniable. And it's undeniable that you all were given free choice to choose. You could choose a flowery meadow filled with thorns and beasts that would tear you to shreds. Or you can pick that very terrifying rickety bridge with no guardrails that honestly looks more dangerous than safe. But taking that path, you'll find your salvation. And by the way, both things are metaphorical things that I'm mentioning, so you have an idea of what we're trying to save you from. And what else? Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Even somebody that is, magic user or gay, as some people would put it. My terminology is a lot harsher. Like, blatantly just. Yeah. So, though what you're doing is an abomination, God doesn't hate you. But He does hate what you're doing to yourself. You're hurting yourself. It's like you're rolling around in a bed of needles and blades, and they're all rusty and full of pus. As lemon oil and sulfuric acid rains down on you. You do that willingly. I know it sounds like a judgmentality kind of. It's not. It's, to be honest, kind of sad. Not even the enemy looks your way. They don't even look at you like a threat. They look at you like you're a joke. The same thing for you. False men of religion. They laugh at you harder than anyone else. But they scowl and sneer and growl at people like me. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Except for God. God's perfect. But I'm asking even you, come walk with us. Just because you did something bad doesn't mean that God can't forgive you. He can forgive you. But keep in mind, sin has consequences. Even mine. And sometimes even when you get saved, you're gonna have an infirmity that's gonna last you the rest of your time here on earth. Just so you don't forget. Just so you don't forget what it is God saved you from. I haven't forgotten. Nor will I ever forget. Will my pride sometimes get out of hand? I'm human, so yeah. Will you every now and again catch me flipping out on somebody? Also, yeah. Can you always count on me to understand what's going on? If it's logistical, you can count on me about 70% of the time. If it's emotional, I am not very good with emotional situations. In fact, I'm about as good with situations like that as as a explosive cactus that breathes out chlorine. I am not very good with emotional situations at all. I honestly don't know what to do with this. But will God still use me to teach on said subjects? Yes. Is he going to have me put it in a way that is understandable for everybody? Not really. In fact, most of the time you will not understand what's going on until you sit down and process what just happened. But know this, God hasn't forgotten you. Because he sent somebody as imperfect as me to reach out to you. So come, join me, and let's go on our journey together. Because it's truly an honor. I thank you for sitting this long. I'm also kind of hungry. But you know what? I thank you. You could have sat through anything else. Anything else. Heck, you could have just sat through two fat dudes slapping each other for whatever reason. And also, if I didn't mention somebody like you in the video that you can come, you could still show up. It's just that there's only so many things I can list. But I want you to join me. And God encourages you to learn. I'm not going to have all the answers. And I'm not going to make you happy all the time. In fact, I'm downright going to say things that will anger you to your core. And I will offend some of you so badly that you will want to either slap or hurt me in some other way. But at least you know you'll have somebody honest talking to you. Somebody that honestly sucks so bad at lying that when it comes to jokes, they are just, that's part of the reason why my humor is so just dry. Because to have a good sense of humor, you need to have some level of deceptiveness to you. Though I will keep information away from people, if you ask, chances are I'll give you an answer. And if you get me upset, I'll probably just tell you something that you honestly did not want to know. That will probably haunt you. Also, to the makers of Thumper, the game, seriously, this game is fantastic. I've enjoyed every single minute I have played of this game. Granted, it is insanely difficult and the finale is going to take me I don't know how long, but it's worth it. I've enjoyed this game. And the finale will be, of this series, it will be my origins, my origin story. So you will learn who I am, where I came from, and basically what I am, what I've done. And I thank you. You didn't have to sit through this, but you did. And that is an honor and blessing that I honestly do not deserve. So I say this: glory be to God on high. Thank you for sitting, or standing, or leaning, I guess. Just thank you, okay? Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you. And blessings be upon you, each and every single one of you, even to you that hates me and hates God. Glory be to God. And this is the Silver Watchman signing out.